The Monday M.A.S.S, an action sports podcast about nothing. The Monday M.A.S.S, an sports podcast about
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the world's greatest action sports podcast. This is a Monday M.A.S. Roadshow. I'm Chris Coté in El Salvador.
And I'm Todd Richards in our office here in Encinitas.
Wow. Oh, you went to HQ.
Yeah, I'm in HQ.
Well, that's awesome. All right. So what? It's June 15th where
It
we
is.
are in the world. Luckily for Todd and I, we're only about an hour different, or we are 1 hour difference from each other. Time zone.
What's your schedule now? So you just wrapped up the El Salvador leg of the WSL. Where are you going? When are you going? What's next for Chris?
Okay. I gotta pack up my bags, which are aplenty. Tomorrow morning, jump on a flight, go from San Salvador to Miami to Rio, and then take about a hour and a half bus ride from Rio to Saquarema.
Are you on the bus and with everybody else, or is this a Chris Solomon?
No, I got about 10 people from the crew. I don't know about, I'm sure there'll be some surfers on there and stuff, but I think most of them are already there practicing. I do love El Salvador, but it will be nice to get a little change of scenery, you know?
Yeah, you've been there for a while.
Yeah, I moved here.
Yeah, it's good.
But now I'm moving out.
Should we talk about our sponsors?
Yeah, so we got this is presented by Made by Dentists at Made by Dentists. You know, I brought that ProSonic with me. You got the toothpaste from the desk. Dental health. I think dental health is the gateway to overall health.
Right.
Love it. Made by Dentists at Sunbum. Todd,
hold on. I have stuff.
Is it June gloom over there where you're at?
Yeah, it's kind of gloomy today. Today's kind of gloomy, but that means that it'll fry you if you're not prepared.
That's true. Well, obviously, I've been using a lot of Sunbum here in El Salvador, and I'm going to continue. I'll probably be using more in Brazil because my outfits are going to get a little skimpier, to fit in the Brazilian culture on the beach. So it's just means a little bit more Sunbum.
Okay, what else?
Turtlebox at Turtlebox. You know about these speakers, Todd. These things are the best.
There's one right here. There's one. I have the big one. My stereo that's in my truck doesn't really work with MP3s. So I bring the big Turtlebox into my truck, and it
box
booms. It bumps.
Yeah, that's like the ultimate beach weapon as well. Bring that Turtlebox and make sure the people around you know that you are a huge Limp Bizkit fan, like Todd. But Bachans Japanese barbecue sauce, Todd, at Try Bachans. Look at that. What variant is that?
That's hot and spicy. It's hot and spicy.
It's the hot and spicy variant. I can't really think about hot and spicy sauce at the moment because I had a return. Montezuma came knocking on my door again, a repeat customer. Here's what
we can talk. Should we talk about that in surf news?
Yeah. Surf news is brought to you by Hansen Surfboards. And I think, just before we get there, look, I got a pro tip for you. Don't let yourself get dehydrated in the tropics.
Do you think that's why you have the RIA?
Yeah. I let myself get dehydrated, day off yesterday, tropical drinks by the pool, a lot of sun. I don't recall drinking any water.
You had ice cubes. Do you have ice cubes?
Hence the return, but it's all good. I'm doing better.
They say they say you shouldn't have ice cubes.
Well, it's worth it to have ice cold drinks.
There you go. I don't know. I'm just saying what they say.
Ice cubes are filtered just like the water is. Who knows? Look, this is part of the deal, but it's all good. Just a quick visit. Check this out. Okay.
What's that?
Sorry, we just had to get that part out of the way.
Okay, let's go.
Fioravanti, come on. Leo wins the Surf City El Salvador Pro, and Carissa goes back to back. They're both looking unstoppable. Tell me, Todd, your experience watching the finals. I was there. It's kind of interesting because I'm kind of having a similar experience to all the viewers at home because I'm just in a booth watching it on TV, just like the rest of you. But man, Leo was just looking so, everything was perfect, powerful, super stylish. Even if he wasn't on the best waves, he made them the best waves. Like,
Well,
we're
I
looking
think,
at a new Leo.
yeah, he did look super strong and super like motivated. And I will say that I don't think that wave lent itself to backside surfing on the last day. I think it was very tricky to surf that unless you could like really connect the dots, and especially like frontside. I think it'd probably be a lot easier to connect the dots there. But Leo was just like he basically he out Italo in that heat. Like he came with Italo's energy the way that Italo usually does with everybody else in a final.
To me, it was pretty clear, I want to say from day one or day two, that Leo was going to be a Forza to be reckoned with. But no, for real, it's like his surfing it's gotten better and better every single event this year. And for him to get his first win in a decade of trying, you could feel the emotion coming from him. You could feel just like this release. And, we actually have a question about this, but we can kind of talk about it now. You had talked about giving yourself
Permission.
to win. And I think
Right.
Leo gave himself permission to win. Did you see that?
Yeah, I sometimes it just takes a little bit of nudging to believe that you can do it. I mean, Leo's been in finals before, and he's been right there and basically probably was, a minute, or what was the one where he was like 2 minutes away from being the winner, and at the end he
Oh,
just got clobbered
no.
out.
It was at the Pipe Masters last year,
Mhm.
and him and Barron were tied.
That's
Or
right.
so
That's right. Oh,
Leo
yeah.
he needed like a 9 something, right? He caught
They
away,
did the callback.
and for all intents and purposes, it looked like a 10 to most people. It was right on the dot, and so they had a tie score, and Leo basically thought he had won, and then they did the count back, and Barron won, and Leo said it was one of the hardest moments of his life.
I'm
Like,
sure.
full dream come true scenario to absolute nightmare. So good on him for bouncing back from that and coming back. I don't know, new and improved, Leo. And
Well,
I
sometimes you gotta
followed
be
your,
pissed.
yeah, exactly. I followed your advice too. I was going one name.
Yeah. Did it feel like it flowed better? Because I can tell you that from watching and having this new annoyance that, I get annoyed with myself and other people that constantly are saying first last names. It was a breath of fresh air to just hear you refer to the person with one name, either first name or last name.
I think that you gave me a great tip there. It made
Mhm.
my job easier, and it gave me a little something to think about. And yeah, I
How
think
are your
that
words? Did you run out of words?
I didn't. I had some words left. I had some things left that I didn't get to use, so I'm gonna have to save those for Rio. I think I did really great on the first 2 days. Third day, I kind of hit a wall, and it was just like survival commentary. I did good enough, and then I feel like the final couple of days I was back on and felt really good. So for me, it was a great contest.
Okay, so now we've got Carissa, who's taken a massive lead, right? Like in the standings.
She hasn't taken a lead yet, but she's jumped
Oh,
up like.
I thought she took over the yellow
No,
jersey.
Gabriel O'Brien's still in the yellow jersey. Um, but I think Carissa might have jumped up to second,
Mhm.
top four or something. I don't have the stats in front of me, but yeah, and the crazy part is she was going into the semis and the finals calling herself an underdog, and then just like blasting through surfers. I thought the final between her and Tyler was rad. They're
Mhm.
both surfing really like free, and both, of course, Carissa is Mrs. Positivity, but Tyler was Mrs. Positivity as well. They were smiling. They were like going wave for wave, and it was really close. But really cool to see Carissa go back to back. Like, that is a rare happening in surfing.
And it's two, like you said, two completely different styles as well. Like I like watching Tyler surf because I feel like there's so much power in it, and she definitely, like, if you look at Carissa surf, and um she's a lot more like light-footed and flicky, I feel like, with her surfing. Tyler is super, super deliberate, and you can tell that she's pushing super
Right.
hard. And
Yeah.
it's kind of like, I was going to bring this up later too, just in terms of style, because I watched that Spitfire video, which we'll talk about in skate news. But just like two real contrasting styles with every board sport athlete. You can either be the uh the heavier style, not to say that the skater, surfer, snowboarders heavy in terms of physicality, but more of a grounded, like,
Pushing.
kind of like a machine power, like heavy machinery working. Or you can be the light and kind of flicky style of, like, darting all over the place. And there's like, it'd be like comparing, like, basically, like, it's a really good comparison to what Carissa has brought to this, as opposed to Tyler. Tyler's turns are, like, her rail looks like it's 3 or 4 inches deeper into the water. Every time that she pushes, it's like, it looks slower, but like in racing, slower is faster. You know what I mean? Like, it's like that. The style, like, almost looks like it's in slow motion,
I think
and
you could call it
I
power
love that.
power versus precision. Because they
Yeah,
both have,
but I don't.
you look at precision of where Chris is putting her board on the face of the
Mhm.
wave, how like everything in her body is like perfectly placed. It's technique. They both have great technique, but yeah, the power goes
Yeah,
with
and
time.
I don't think it has any, like, to me, it doesn't take away from the precision part of it. There's been certain skaters and certain snowboarders I liked in my life that, like, they appear in to be skating or snowboarding in slower motion than other people. And it's a weird thing because they're not, but it just appears that way. Like, their body mechanics are deliberately, like, it I don't know how to describe it. It literally looks like it's slowed down.
I like that.
That's what
Good
I think.
breakdown. Can we
Yeah.
talk about Gabriel versus Italo semifinal? In my
I didn't
estimation,
see it.
oh my
I didn't
God.
see
Okay.
it.
So, in my estimation, Gabriel was doing the best backside surfing that I've seen since like Aki J Bay. You can put your board over here.
Oh.
Mitchell Salazar is coming in from the lineup.
Mitchell Sal, is he going to be on the podcast?
He can stand behind me and just flex.
I want to ask Mitchell. I want to ask Mitchell a question.
Okay, here he goes. Come on in, Mitch.
Yeah,
Put your board
Todd.
up.
Hi, Mitchell. Hey,
How-
Mitch. I was just talking to Chris about. Do you ever notice that, um, like, when you're watching some surfers, and if they are, like, if their style is more, I would say, like, more grounded and powerful, do they look like they're surfing slower to you? But it's
That's
not. It's like they look like they're surfing in slow motion, but they're not.
right.
But their body mechanics kind of dictate that.
Because their technique's better usually because of it,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
And that's probably the one point where I do agree with Chris on that semi with Gabe and Italo. Like, Italo's quicker. He's more agile. But I think a lot of times less is more. And I think that's why Gabe, like, there's just a couple maneuvers this event that, like, they were so messed up.
Like literally two of the best backside turns I've seen in like
Ever.
decades,
Yeah.
or if not ever.
Like,
Nuts.
the quarter against Al, like, he has 3 4s that, like, they're 4s, based on the conditions and the scale they've held all event. But, like, dude, there's one carve in there that I just, like, I keep repeating in my mind. It's, like, so messed up.
It's like at the very end of the wave. The section's like
Yeah.
this big, and he does this carve snap thing that was like we were freaking out in the booth.
That's
And then
sick.
in the semis, he did a 2-turn combo where he went vertical, like
Twice.
beyond, super powerful, comes like kicks the tail and then comes right back around into a closeout. And like, I think it was,
I did see that. That was in the highlights.
yeah,
I did see
like
that.
I think there's a small percentage of like surf fans that would actually realize like how gnarly that wave
It's
was.
difficult, yeah.
And we were blown away. And again, shocked, super surprised that Gabriel has not won an event yet this year. The way
Truly.
he's surfing.
Todd, you're the man. I love you.
Good to see you. Good.
Enjoy
Have
yourselves.
fun, man.
Well, I
I'm
didn't. I
jealous,
just
you guys.
surfing. So
Yeah.
hey, great pod by the way. I appreciate your
Thanks.
Hey,
guys'
thank you.
Yeah.
insight all the time. Keep
Thanks.
enjoying yourself.
Thanks for waiting for me to go surf, bro.
We're trying.
You gotta work.
I gotta deal with him for a month, and I love him, but
I gotta work. This guy's going surfing. Okay. Yeah. So, if you want to see amazing backside power surfing, rewatch the Gabriel versus Italo semi. And I think that semi was, I'm not discounting Leo's win at all, but that semi took a lot out of Italo.
Mhm.
Remember, 9 stitches in the knee, like this kind of like meaty part of the knee that you use all the time when you're surfing. So full props to Italo for even like getting back on his board. And I think that head-to-head matchup was probably so intense for Italo, and it was so close, and it was like wave for wave for wave, that by the time Italo got into the final, Leo had a little bit of extra rest. Leo was possessed to carve, and like I think Italo just expended too much in the semi, and he just didn't have enough. I think he had like 5 ones or something. He made it a final for sure, and Leo had to earn it. But Leo had him comboed, I think, for the first half of the final. So it was Leo's day. He was unstoppable.
And
Uh,
how's Riss, like, do you see her out and around, or is she like, does she just show up for the heats because she's in mommy mode until then? Like, I mean,
um,
it's like swinging with a weighted bat. Like, she's definitely, like, you cannot discount the responsibilities and mommy brain. Like, mommy brain's a real thing, and it's
well, I
crazy.
haven't seen her out at the bar,
Well, obviously.
which I'll get to because that
Well,
actually got
she wouldn't make eye contact with you at the bar anyways, but
Carissa's like in the back corner of the bar, just like, don't look. I'm having a moment. I'm by myself with a margarita. Like, don't tell my husband I'm here. I'm at the bar. No, she's she's hanging out at the comp just like everybody else. Her husband is like, she was saying that this is the first year that he's kind of like as the acting coach.
Mhm.
And I think she said her mother-in-law was there, so it's like you got to travel with a small village when you have a child with you. But I mean, how like this kid is gonna have such a rad life. Like, imagine the first memories that this baby has is gonna be of like mom carrying the kid on the shoulders like up the beach and then getting a big trophy. Like that's gonna
Well,
be one.
it's gonna go
Oh,
one or two ways, Chris. This child is either gonna be a prodigy or just like move to the mountains.
yeah,
It'd be like, I don't
be a snowboarder.
want, yeah, totally. I don't want any of this.
It was a very long contest, Todd. And usually this is one of those ones, and I think I'm sensing a trend here. And whatever, it's my job. I can deal with it. But it's like no matter what, you're waking up. I think we only had one day that was called off the night before. So you're having 4:45, 5 a.m. wake up calls every single day, and then you just go and like check it and wait for the call. And whatever, I'm not mad at it. Keeps me out of trouble.
Dude,
But it's all
talking all day long, talking for 6 or 7 hours is brutal. It is
yeah.
absolutely brutal. And
Finals day
like,
was gnarly. We got there at
yeah, and
5.
it's just,
We left at 8.
I just feel like for us, these people like you and me and many others that do action sports commentary, because you figure like a basketball game is what, like 3 hours max.
I know about basketball.
Okay, I know you and your Knicks deal, but like action sport, like skate contests, surf contests, snowboard contests are like hours on hours on hours. And if you are live announce or live on a webcast, it is brutal to sit there and have to talk about this for 6 hours. And then like if you have to do host a post show afterwards, it makes you just want to like jump off a cliff. Like it's brutal.
Yeah, I mean, luckily when the waves are good, it makes it easier. When the surfing is good, it makes it easier. And I think the same can be said for all the sports. But yeah, on finals day, I did, we did the whole day. I hosted the post show, and it's really funny because our producer, director, and stuff, they're like, "Guys killed it." But I'm sorry to say, we have one more thing. We have this thing called the catch up. So it's like your whole day, post show, and then you got to wait like 20 minutes, and then you do this like little,
God.
like 5-minute catch up
Oh
thing.
God. Yeah.
You know, and like, and you have to do it all in one take. And so you're just like, okay, please God, let me like just get through this one. And it all worked out. And then the after party started. Everybody's always asking who's partying on tour, who's partying. And it was awesome because everybody kind of wound up at the same place. And it's so funny. It's so hot here, even at night, that like you're just sweating. Like I felt like by the time I even walked to the club that it was at, my shirt was like I had jumped in a pool. But everybody's in the same boat. And I was wearing, of course, I was wearing this hat, and the Knicks had won. And it's so funny because like people really like basketball, I guess. I didn't really know until I got this hat. Like it was like I won the contest. They were buying me drinks.
It's great.
So I don't want to like, I guess I can't. I mean, it's not a big deal anyway. We were getting wild. The dance floor was popping. Al Cleveland Jr., Cowley was getting nuts. Um, who else was? I mean, all the pros that were basically all the pro dudes, I should say. I didn't see any pro women out partying. You know, Leo showed up, Ramsey, the whole, you know, the whole place was just going nuts, and it was super fun. And we were all dancing and just like getting wild. And of course, by the end of the night, you started to see like your favorite surfers just like cross-eyed, like in the street.
Homa.
You need me to walk you home? I'm like, I need you to walk me home. And so it was pretty fun. Like you don't get to see these guys cut loose that much anymore. I mean, they are probably behind the scenes, but like when the comp's
That's
wrapped,
awesome though.
when the homie
Yeah.
wins, everybody goes out. I think, you know, Callie was probably bought like $1,000 worth of drinks for everyone, which is a lot in El Salvador. So thank you, Callie. Thank you for how I felt yesterday. That was really kind of you to do that to me. Yeah, it was just awesome. And it was a fitting great end to what
That's
happened.
cool. And now you get on a plane, you re-rack, and you do it again in another party locale.
Yes. But I have goals. Just protein, exercise, and
I have
tons of water.
I have goals for you. Can you get to that wave pool?
Well, that's in Sao Paulo.
How far is that?
It's a flight, you know, like a 3 or 4 hour flight.
Never mind. Forget it.
Yeah.
Forget that.
I mean, like, let's say this, the all like worlds came together. No, I can't get there.
Hey, but on a more interesting note, I did see a post this morning from the new wave pool in Arizona. It is full of water and it's ready to go.
Palm Desert,
Yep.
desert surf.
Let's
Yep.
go.
Let's go. I got it in, I think. Before we get to Rio, Leo jumped from I think 6th or 8th, all the way to 3rd place.
Third.
So his first event win, and now he's ranked the highest he's ever been. Gabriel's number 2, Italo's still number 1, heading into Rio, which could start June 19th.
Wow.
19th.
So not too far from now. 4 more days.
Let's talk about the free surfing front, Todd. The best surf video that I've seen in a long, long time. Ritualistic Tendencies from
Wade
Ritual
Carroll
Eyewear.
does it again. Wade is really good at this.
You worked with Wade Carroll at Quicksilver with Repeater, correct?
No, Sequencer was the snowboard movie, but Repeater was the surf movie that Wade worked on.
Okay.
So it's very much that same vibe. You and I were kind of talking the other day just about how, like, I truly feel like it's some of the best, like the Huey Vaughn barrel footage from Barra. Was that Barra?
The right or the left? Yeah, the right.
The right. There was a right. There was a whole bunch of like, really slowed down, gross looking barrels that like, it was the coolest footage I think I've ever seen of Barra for sure, but also just of like shore break barrels.
Well, you know what's cool is this movie was a return to just straight up power surfing and incredible barrel riding. So the cast, we got Noah Dean, Huey Vaughn, Mikey Wright, Harry Bryant, Holly Wan, Mason, Parker, Mia Coco Brown, Rolo, and Dion Agius, And Dion is actually the creative director of Ritual as well, so he kind of was double duty on the movie. Forgive me if I forgot anyone's name, but yeah, just going back. I mean, this thing is like for first, I think they have the best team in surfing right now.
I
Like,
want to know where a sunglass company gets that kind of budget.
so they are selling really, they're selling really well. And if you look at a company like IC, like these kind of like these sunglass brands that are crushing it, are totally crushing it. And obviously,
Mm.
Ritual is like small core kind of boutique brand, but every time they do a drop, they sell out. They're actually distributed by the company that does Globe, so they have that, like, those channels to
Mhm.
reach out, and I think they're just like up and coming. And I think that who knows if they're not going to make money off this movie, but the fact that everyone's
So
talking
sick.
about this movie
Yeah.
is like it has Ritual Sunglass name on the map for sure. Great music. I mean, funny antics. Harry Bryant is so gnarly.
Yeah.
Like, I keep going back to this carving 360 he did at the very beginning of the movie. I've literally
Mhm.
watched it like 2.5 times already. I can't stop. It's just on the TV on a loop. But like everybody shines. I mean, Mia Coco Brown,
Mia Coco
also
Brown is
gnarly. Oh yeah,
crazy good.
no, she's
Crazy good.
She's the future for sure. I think her and Tia Zabrowski are probably the two most radical like surfers, female surfers of that age bracket. And once they both like Mia's going to be on the championship tour soon. Tia's already on it. She's yet to. I don't. She's maybe won or made it out of one heat. But once she clicks in, it's going to be gnarly. Anyway, yeah. So if you haven't seen Ritualistic Tendencies, please see it. It's insane. And speaking of insanity, bro, the super swell. What the hell? So this thing goes from like Peru all the way up, comes past us, and we got pumping waves at Punta Roca and everywhere was pretty much like too big to surf. It goes up. Did you see footage of Puerto Escondido?
Yeah,
Oh
that's a
my God. It was
different.
like Armageddon
Yeah.
straight up.
And
Like that was nuts. And then it goes
and
up
then what
to California.
yeah, it got to us and like, even Encinitas didn't really have the best angle for it, but it didn't matter. Like we still got pumping waves and then I mean, good Lord, up in Newport at the Wedge and then Malibu
Oceanside.
and Oceanside, just crazy.
So I think Ian Crane may have got the best barrel ever ridden in Oceanside, just on the north side of the pier. I mean, it was like the longest tube, and the thing's just like breathing down the line, and you think he's gone 6 times, and he just goes out the doggy door. Like Taylor Knox was saying, that's the best Oceanside he's ever seen in his life, and he surfed
Wow.
there. So I'm going to go ahead and agree with him. So the best Oceanside ever. The wedge was, like from every angle. Beef's TV was all over it. I was
Yeah,
watching a
they had some of the best coverage for sure.
yeah,
Absolutely.
just like and if that's like if this is the front runner of the whole like Super El Nino season, this could be a pretty epic summer. Do you still
Yeah, I'm
do
down.
the Super Nino?
You know what? I don't even I don't subscribe to these buzzwords because what because weather's gonna weather and I've heard this before about what it's gonna do in the wintertime, et cetera, and then nothing happens, and then yeah.
Super
So
Nino.
whatever.
Yeah. No, I
Super
get
Nino.
Super Nino. I mean that's like a pretty good chunk of surf news. I guess we everybody likes a pick. So as we go into Rio, just give me a guy, give me a girl. Who's gonna win? Who's gonna do
Yago.
good? Who do you want to see good?
Yago.
Okay, Yago.
I feel like Yago's gonna do well. I I honestly like I saw this post from Katie yesterday about how she's been having like a disappointing like she's not surfing the way like she was just kind of like I'm not having the year I thought it was going to have. But I honestly feel like that she just hasn't found that gear yet and it's
She
right
almost
there.
had it here. She almost
Yeah.
had it here. I think she
So,
said not having the year like competitively results wise I want, but I feel like my surfing is there or something.
mhm.
Like she's loving the surfing, but not winning quite yet, but again, I think we're still early, 1/3 of the way through 2026
It'll
season.
click. I'm gonna say Yago and Katie. How's that sound?
Yago, Katie, okay. Well, I gotta go somewhere different. I'm gonna say, God, I just keep saying Gabriel. He's just so hard to like bet against.
Well, in Brazil, it's like you get Brazilian superpowers, so easy.
I'm gonna say Gabriel's gonna get a win, big comeback, and I'm just gonna take the easy. You know what? Actually, no. I'm gonna say Tia Zabrowski. Tia Zabrowski's gonna come up in Rio, and I said Joel Vaughn is gonna be kind of the dark horse threat to come up.
Okay.
Like he's ready. He rules. I love that dude. So that's what I'm hoping for. Okay, skate news. Skate news is brought to you by Pannikin Coffee and Tea at Pannikin Coffee and Tea. I know what you're about to say.
The big story has got to be the Spitfire video.
Bro.
It's very, very raw. So obviously, if you haven't seen it, it's a collaboration between Spitfire and Thrasher. It was all filmed in SF,
like in the city limit.
And people go faster than I. It's just there's one of the opening lines with the impromptu wall ride off a bus,
bro.
It is like, I was so like, okay, all right. And that was just the beginning. That was just the opening salvo of what's in this video.
This is the first skate video I've seen in a long time where I don't think there's one spot in the entire video that I could skate. I've been skating my whole life. I'm watching this thing. I'm like, I'm glad they're doing it. It makes me really happy. But when I watch it, I'm like, there's nothing for me in San Francisco. Well, everything's so gnarly.
Low key, one of my favorite parts of that video was watching Frank Gerwer get a couple clips. Like,
he had a huge clip over
I'm a huge Frank Gerwer fan. Like, this is so fucking rad. Like, and it's like, yeah, that kickflip between the alleyway gap is so sick. And he's got a couple other shots in there too that are sick. But yeah, it's just, and then that the Bayside oververt thing where like, my God, there's just such nuts stuff in there. I've been to that before, and it's like
there's nothing skatable in the video.
Possible, dude. I don't even understand. Or even like China Banks, like what was happening, what they were doing at China Banks, even though I feel like I've seen a ton of stuff from China Banks, but just like, I just don't get it, dude. I do not get how a lot of the, like, skating is just so fast and gnarly, and it's faster and gnarlier in San Francisco. That's pretty much it. Like, if you can come up as a tech skater in San Francisco, you're really fucking gnarly.
And no better commercial for Spitfire wheels, right? When you see guys doing like 30-foot power slides down the street and then like there's no flat spots. Amazing. And you literally have like every one of your favorite skaters all in one video.
Yeah. And, and then some, we even saw there was a Cruz Mossberg like hit in there too. It's just like there's just everyone that came through San Francisco at, during the filming period that rode for Spitfire got some clips. I know it's,
you know what? I could skate by the pier. I could get a Manny, kickflip Manny on that. The most famous manual pad in the world. So there's one spot I could skate.
The pier blocks.
Yeah. I could ollie, gap to nose blunt slide, kickflip off, no problem. Too easy. So that's recommended view, or that's required viewing, we should say. So, Todd, I think I sent you a clip of a Japanese skater.
Yeah, this morning he won the World Cup that was just over the weekend, and it's like a Japanese Pedro Barros.
Yes.
This kid is so good. That 540 he did in the corner was massive. And then the 4-wheel power slide over the teardrop island at the end is crazy. There's just, there's a lot of crazy talent out there, and it's not
Sakurai Asai. Sakurai. I mean, he beat Tom Shaw in a park contest handily.
Yeah. Well, it's Tom Shaw's fault. He probably just inspired this kid to go and learn every single move that he did. But yeah, the we've been talking about it
So this is
forever.
all Olympic. This is all like Olympic qualifier stuff.
Yep, and Japanese skaters on street and park, men's and women's.
Yeah,
It's over.
it was the women. It was the women doing it first, and then the men have caught up now. So
Yeah, yeah,
Olympic golds all around. Team Japan,
yeah.
you got this.
Pretty wild.
What else? I brought my skateboard, but it's way too hot to skate in El Salvador. Although Danny Way was here. Did we talk about this last time?
Yeah, we talked about it last time. Those guys were all down there with Bam. I did see. Did you see the Pete Davidson Netflix special with Tony Hawk as the guest?
No.
So Pete Davidson has a talk show, like a podcast thing that is on Netflix, and he interviewed Tony, and Tony went in depth about, the beginnings of the video game and, just the ins and outs of things, like from a perspective of like a non-skater, but someone that's familiar with skating. It was really cool. There was a lot of stuff that was kind of dabbled in as far as like the video game and, how big the game was and when it first came out and like what the roots of that was and how much the game changed perspective and changed, people's trajectories. Like you introduced them to skateboarding and then boom,
Total game changer.
game changer.
Todd, we've got some questions brought to you by New Greens. And I do have some
I have
New Greens.
new greens is right here.
Yeah.
Did you bring?
had some New Greens this morning.
If you had used new greens, maybe you wouldn't have turned everything into foamy
I know.
brown liquid.
New Browns.
New browns.
Okay. We got
What's the
some
questions?
Okay. Adam Metz Art says, what are some of your favorite artists that have been involved in the action sports world? I can just off the top of my head, I love Gonz's art. I love Ed Templeton's art. Brian Anderson's art is incredible. There's so many that you could go down that list. Those are just from skating.
I mean, geez, like Lance, Sean Cliver.
I think art and skateboarding just goes together like so well that you're gonna have so many skater artists, skaters.
Andy Jenkins, but that's just on the art side. Like if you want to talk about like music, I mean, Tommy Guerrero, Ray Barbie. There's been like there's so many. It'd be really hard to like just pick one. Oh, you know what? I will say this, and this is kind of out there. Stefan Janowski's bronze work, like he does bronze sculpturing, which is kind of like, everyone can paint, but like to become a sculpture artist, especially working with bronze, is crazy.
Be a pretty rad thing to tell people like, oh, what do you do for work? I'm a sculptor. It's
Yeah.
like, wow, you're
Cool.
cool. So if you could have one, let's say of kind of the people that we listed or anybody, if you could have one piece of art in your house from one of these surf, skate, snow adjacent artists, who would it be?
I want a bronze sculpture.
Okay, a bronze Janowski. I mean, I gotta get it. I would love to get a Gons piece of art. Like that would be a dream of mine. Even if it was just like a doodle on a napkin, I'd frame it. Mitchell Salazar, who was just here, says
Mitch was just there.
Is Leo's win a leap of encouragement for European surfing? Yes. He is the first Italian to not only make the championship tour, now he's the first Italian to ever win a championship tour event. So he's in the history books. There's been surfers that have come close. Obviously, a lot of surfers from France have won events, but for Italy, this I think this is going to be big. It's going to be huge news, like all over Italy for sure.
Awesome. It's great.
And it's just like it just takes one, right? You win one, and you're like, oh, I belong. I'm going to keep doing this. I don't. This is not the last
I think it's
win.
great.
He's going to go again. Tria Shapes says, no question, just check out Roby D'Amico's reaction on his close friend Leo's win. Che emissioni, viva Italia. So Romy is a ripping surfer from Italy, Leo's buddy. Hopefully we can see this on screen. If like I've watched reactions of Leo's wife was filmed watching the win and just like bursting into tears. I actually fully cried in the booth Luckily, it was at the commercial break. It's just like I can't, like joyful things, like things that make me sad. It's really hard to get me to cry about like sad things, but happy things, like I just I can't help
Well,
it.
well, and it's like even when you looked at Italo, who was the runner-up in the background, when Leo was like, showing his emotion, like you can't help but to cheer. Like it's important. It's important for everything.
Totally, totally. What else? I'm putting this on. Do not disturb. Leave me alone. Gee.
You
Okay,
can't.
never
No
mind.
one won't. People just won't
Oh,
disturb you.
now I'm getting messages about Rio, like
Oh, what are they
directions
saying?
to do. Just
Wow.
talking about like what does everyone want for breakfast on day one. Hype wants to know, Todd, what's your
Hmm.
favorite feature to board? What's your favorite
Favorite
feature to board on?
favorite feature to board on. A slushy step up jump with not a lot of consequences. Um, there happens to be one of those at Big Bear. That's like my favorite type of jump. The jump where like when you're landing, there's not a lot of impact.
Good. My favorite feature to board, I don't know if this is a feature, but a field of leisure powder with a kind of like angled wall on the side covered in powder that you can do
Mhm.
surfer flashes on all day long. It's my
Bank
favorite.
turns.
Is that a feature? A bank?
Kind of a
A
feature.
one-sided bank? Ryan McGillicuddy says, "Hey Chris, whatever happened to the movie where you and Todd were FBI agents?"
That's a
Dusty
great
Bluff.
question. And I have heard from MP, the director, that I think it found a home and it
Oh
may be
my
coming out
God.
pretty soon. Yeah.
I hope so.
Although
We were
although
so
he's leaning deep into AI at this point.
yeah. Well, Todd, you and I were really good in that. And when this thing does come out, people are going to recognize that, yeah, we're good looking, but we're also really talented at acting.
That's right.
So it's not like we're just in the show because we're hot. We're in the show because we got chops, and I think MP knows that. And we got to shoot guns, and
Yep.
Todd got to burnouts in a car. It was sick. I
Yeah.
can't. I
Very
can't wait. I hope that comes out soon. It's called Dusty Bluffs, so just stay tuned. Try to find it.
Yep.
Assorted
Yep.
surf picks. Stoked to see Leo finally get a win on the CT. Do you think that opens the door for him, racking up a couple more wins on tour, like Todd was saying a few weeks back, giving him permission to
Easy.
win? Yeah, I
Easy.
think so.
Yeah.
I think so. I don't think it's going to be easy. It took him 10 years to get his first one. It might
Yeah, but still
a
at
month.
that point, like you realize internally that you have what it takes to stand on top of the box. And sometimes that's all it takes. Like you have to, be comfortable with being uncomfortable and nervous in that situation where can I break through? And then once you finally do, it's like you can like exhale and relax and be okay uh in this quote unquote winning mindset. I think honestly it's kind of like one of those doors to the flow state sort of, because up until that point there's just so much pent up anxiety, like will I be able to pull this off? Can I win? Do I have what it takes to win? Why am I even doing this? Like
Why am I
is this
here?
is this worth it? And then when it happens, all that stuff goes away, and then you're just like you're riding the main line of the flow state.
Yep. Love it. Yeah, I think he's going to win another. He's going to be in the title race at the end of the year for sure.
I hope so.
Assorted. That was assorted. Thank you, assorted surf picks. Cake Pound Crew. Was the UFC fight at the White House the most white trash event in U.S. history? Asking for a friend.
I
I
think it's
watched the
great.
fight.
They
I,
need to do more stuff on the White House lawn.
it is just so absurd and like actually funny that, and I'm not like, look, I like monuments. I
Mm,
love going to old churches. Like, I'm not religious. I like
hmm
looking at, the Washington Monument, but I don't like have like, oh, these places are, especially not like all the weird crap that's gone on in the White House. Like, that is not a sacred place. That's not a church.
It's just a
So
bunch of grass.
I don't care what you do on the lawn. This is not a political statement. We don't give a
Hey,
shit.
uh, like Pastrana and all those dudes doing backflips. I mean, it's crazy. Maybe we'll have a
Yeah.
vert ramp. Maybe there'll be a vert ramp on the White House lawn at some point.
And, it's like no matter what, too, it becomes it becomes political, right? There was the quarterback for the New York Giants, guy Jackson Dart, got invited to a banquet to introduce the president, and I don't know his politics. I don't care, but he got almost canceled. And in my opinion, yeah, I guess some people are really passionate about well, if you're doing that, then you're vouching for him, then you're aligned with him. But at the same time, isn't it kind of an honor to do something like that? I
At
mean,
this point, like
you got
whatever
invited
your
to the
opinion.
if you got invited to the White House. Let's say they invited us to do the Monday Mass on the White House lawn. Would you say yes?
Yeah, because I want to poop in a White House toilet.
It's
I
gold
think
now.
that's great. You go in there and you get a selfie pooping in the White House toilet.
The funniest, so there was actual fights in the crowd
Yes.
at the White House lawn, and it's just watching it. It's just like it's hilarious, and don't take it seriously. Sure, taxpayers probably paid for part of it, so it's part ours. That's part your fault.
Look, Danny Wade jumped the Great Wall of China. There's nothing that says he can't jump the White House lawn. So let's
There
get a
you go.
mega ramp. Let's pull up a mega ramp. Let's get some wakeboarding going on in the National
Sky's the
Monument
limit.
Pond. That's right. Let's go. Turn that
Sky's
into a
the
wave
limit.
pool.
Yeah, you could do the drop from the mega off the White House roof
Into
down
the reflection pond.
through fire, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're onto something here. Hana Lee, asking Todd his question from last week. Has there been a pro who made you nervous about commentating? And then one for me. So was there any pros that because I said Gabriel back in the day had intimidated me when he was
Nervous.
when you were
There's
commentating?
definitely been people that I know that they're going to perform, and I know, especially on the Olympic side of things, that I know that they're going to perform. I know that the call is going to go out globally after it's done. So yeah, there's definitely been, the Chloe Kims, the Shaun Whites, those kind of people, but not in terms of
Walking up to them.
do they make me nervous? No, because snowboarders are kind of they're all nerds. There isn't really any, and I mean that in the best possible way. It's not like it used to be with the Sean Palmers, etc. It's not like I don't know where I don't know where I stand with these people. You know what I mean? At this point in time, everyone is so good. Everyone's just a trainer. There's no one really aggro. There's no Sonny Garcias or, like we were talking about last week, Andy Irons type of personalities that would it just doesn't exist.
Well, it does exist after midnight in the back alleys in El Salvador sometimes.
True.
Gets close to that. Her follow-up is, Chris, what was worse, standing in the El Salvador heat and humidity or standing in the snow at Dew Tour a couple years ago? Oh, that Dew Tour was the worst. That was the daytime was great, but when the nighttime came and I was still standing in the snow, that was probably my worst ever commentary experience. And they just left me out there to
You got to
die.
pay the piper. You got to pay the piper so you can go to cool places like this.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you guys can see this, but under this shirt was light gray. It's now dark gray because there is an absolute fountain, a waterfall going down my body.
Yeah, there's nothing quite like that first drip of sweat that goes from the back of your neck right down to your butt, in between your butt cracks. Well, let's wrap this up. Let's talk about some snowboard news.
Question.
Okay,
From Leisure
one more
Park.
question. Okay.
Gabe Medina's new upgrade that he doesn't have the Rip Curl logo on his nose. His airbrushes and logo placement is a lot better this year. His logos look like they're so perfectly placed. And there is no logo on the nose, so it does give you kind of that a clean white surfboard look.
Mm-hmm.
It looks sick. I agree. I mean, I got nothing against the Rip Curl logo, but
aesthetics, dude. Got to stick with the clean. The clean aesthetics are always a winner.
Yeah, sport looks good. Okay, before I melt, here we go. Mid-show ad break. Veia Supplies at Veia Supplies. I got my Veia 2-board bag, which maybe I'll do a little video of me packing it up to just show how nice this bag is. There's the traction. Bubs Naturals, collagen and MCT. You know I brought it with me. I brought those to-go packs every day in my coffee. Bubs Naturals follows me around the world. Vesyl Shipping at Vesyl App. That's right, at VESYLAPP. Todd, you're probably looking around the office thinking, I could probably send some stuff to people. We've got enough junk around here. Who wants
We
it?
got
Well,
we should.
I did. I've been sending some stuff out from the Vesyl app. Spyoptic at Spyoptic. You have the box. Look for the orange box. Quality inside.
There's no sunglasses in here.
I brought them with me. Todd, you know that Snow News is brought to you by Mint Tours at Mint Tours. Our leisure powder tour of Japan
Jared's
is
going to be
on
here this
sale.
week. He's
I
going
know
to
you
be
can
here
hang
this.
with him.
Yeah, we're going to talk about what we're going to do when we're over there.
This is where you put your money where your mouth is. Everybody always says, I want to go to Japan. I'm going to go to Japan. Well, sign up. You know,
Yeah.
it's like, look.
And hurry up because it's getting blown and everyone's going there now. And pretty soon it's going to be like every place else on the planet that was really cool 5 years ago. So don't wait.
I spend a couple $1,000s every single time I go to the dentist. So for a couple $1,000s, you could go on a once in a lifetime snowboarding trip with your bros, Chris and Todd. I might
that's
even
right.
ride.
You could just use Made by Dentists and save yourself a couple $1,000 and spend it on going snowboarding.
Sounds great, Todd. I don't have any snowboard news. I'm
do.
I think I'm as far away from snowboarding as you could possibly get.
I've got a little bit and then we'll wrap it up. So I just want to say that the summer camps have started officially. The official summer season has begun up at Mount Hood. Not a lot of snow. We've had a pretty catastrophically low tide winter this year. There's been a lot of talk of, is this going to work out for the whole summer? And my answer to you is, who cares? Get your ass up there. If you want to go snowboarding, get up there and do it. You can actually go snowboarding right now at Copper Mountain in Colorado as well. If you're in Colorado, you can either go to the hike park, which is at the bottom of the hill, and Copper Mountain and Woodward have done an amazing job of farming snow and making a bunch of obstacles that you don't have to go up on the hill to ride. It's great. Go there, check it out. Or if you're part of the camp, you can go up and hit the jumps. We're going to be there in 2 weeks for the ProTech session at Woodward. It's going to be really fun. But you know what? It's the one thing that I can say about this El Nino, Godzilla monstrous El Nino, is that if it is in fact going to affect winter weather patterns, we're going to know about it pretty soon here, because Chile, Argentina are going to start getting the brunt of this influx of storms. So we will know soon enough. And yeah, that's it. I'm going snowboarding. I'm super apprehensive. Getting over this injury.
Where are you going?
Well, I'm going to Woodward at Copper next week or in 2 weeks, and I'm going to be on snow for a week there for the session. And it's in my head, Chris. Like this thing is in my head, gnarly, and I've got to try to, like, I don't know, this injury this time, because of how much pain a clavicle injury causes and how easy it was for me to hurt myself. Like, I am seriously trying to do some mental gymnastics to not be scared, because that's how you get hurt, right? Like, if you're scared of getting hurt, you invite it. So
Yeah.
that's where I am right now, is I'm like really struggling with, okay, how do I go and do this? There's not a lot of warm up on some of these snowboard, like summertime setups, because you're not actually going snowboarding. It's like, all right, we're at the top. Here's a bunch of rails. Here's some jumps. Choose your adventure. So
well, what about, would you feel more comfortable going switch? So your other shoulder's facing that way.
I don't know. I feel like when you hurt yourself like this and you get over an injury like this, you have to slam once really hard, basically to convince yourself that I'll be okay.
I hate
so
that.
I'm anticipating the first slam. I hope it's a nice and cushy and reaffirming slam, because we all slam. And slamming is great.
Gentle fall on your bum.
Yes. Yes. All right. Well, Chris, go get in the water. You look like
Hey,
you're
diecutstickers.com. What up?
yeah, Jerry,
love
you're
you.
you rule.
Yeah.
Go
That's it.
surf.
gonna go
We'll
surf.
probably have to we're gonna end up doing another one of these next week.
Yeah. And guess what? It's gonna be cool. The road show continues next week. We'll be doing this via Brazil. So tune in. Thank you all for watching on Fuel TV. And thank you for listening where you listen to your podcasts. It's been our pleasure. For real.
We'll see you next week.
Yeah.
Bye now. Bye, Chris. Have a great trip.
Go next.